Okay, well, game pause. Gives us some time to take a look at the map. Lots of pawns here. 6 total, right? 6 total pawns in the game. But this one, I wonder if... This one is very strangely placed. Also, I turned the music up in the interim, so let me turn that back down a little bit. That's the problem, pawn. Yeah, is that what the pause is about, maybe? that doesn't feel like fair generation? I mean, both teams technically have 3 pawns. This one is very strangely placed, too. I mean, it's safe, but it's very strangely placed. Yeah, I mean, it's still clearly on their side, right? And if you go wall here, it's not bad. This is a great pawn here for Moore. Oh, also Moore got subbed back in. Moore's in an interesting spot, though, where he's going to have to kind of defend against, like, 2 players. All right, well, let's... I don't want to go too deep into talking about the map when we are going to have all the time in the world to do it anyway while they play. Also, if they're just going to restart or something, I don't want to waste my breath there. Were we correct in the civs? I was close. I said Burgundians, Italians, and Incas were available. I missed Aztecs. I don't remember what I said in place of that. Bengalians, Dravidians. Okay, I didn't say Koreans. I said Franks, Dravidians, Bengalis. I don't remember what I said in place of Koreans, but we were close across the board. Gotcha, F. Shepard. Yeah, I would assume as much as well. Yo, Hacks Pew Pew with the Prime. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Much love. Grab that bow tie. Red looks close to Ganji's team. Very close. Well, and he's close to 2 players, right? So it makes it very easy if FedEx and Ganji want to put pressure on. Like, FedEx can just come drop a Siege Workshop here or here and just push and then threaten this pond. So this pond is, like, it's nice and close, but it's super exposed to, like, Siege Workshop and everything from here. Sec as well. Go for us. 14 if you can. Sorry about that. Ready? Okay. We're into it. I am well. Hacks Pew Pew. What's up? Najin, how you doing? I appreciate it. It was good to be back, at least for a bit. All right, so we are going to play out this game. So let's get into it. Let's start talking about it. We'll start on this side like we always have. It's going to be Ganji in the blue. Team captain playing as the Bengalis on the flank. And he's up against Moore in the red playing as the Incas on the flank here for Tato's team. So as we talked about earlier, interesting position for Moore to be in, where he kind of has a very open space on both sides against 2 players. And we're already seeing the difficulty that he's going to have controlling that space. Ganji getting a nice forward wall on this side. Probably going to remain a little bit more open here for the time being at the very least. Actually, Ganji coming over to wall for FedEx. So very kind of him. Now it's up to Tato's team just to track to make sure that none of these villagers stay within these walls and wreak havoc later in the game. Let's talk about those pockets. All right, over here we've got FedEx in the green. He's playing Koreans as a pocket civ behind Ganji. On the other side of things, it's going to be Nili in the yellow playing as the Burgundians. Beautiful pocket civ. And we'll expect to see some of those eco upgrades coming in nice and early for him. Did bring the scout forward to support. Is probably going to be given this pond. Yep, villager coming forward to take that pond. Very likely right now. Also, look at this. Moore being very kind. by walling behind, saying, hey, I might be screwed, but let's make sure the rest of the team is safe here. There's just this one little point in the center of the map where people can rotate through, though, and that's going to be really, really nice for Ganji's team to utilize. Let's hop to the other side and take a look at these flanks who have opted into walls. And so no real action on this side of the map early, aside from some scout health traded. Ooh, and a dock, though. And a dock. Chaos Twin got a Vil through and got a dock up. I don't know if this was scouted. We'll come back and talk about that in just a moment. But Chaos Twin is playing in the orange, and he's playing as the Italians. He has 6 boars out here that he can take, by the way. That is glorious. What a great position for Chaos Twin to be in. And you know what? Maybe he deserves that after the crazy difficulty that he's had early on. That is 2 bugged sheep, actually. Maybe he just doesn't care about it. Wants to play through. Doesn't think it's going to make a big difference with boars and a pond and all that. Okay, but either way, it's the Italians here on the flank for Chaos to win. He's up against Rapard once again here in the gray, playing as the Dravidians. Dravidians, one of my least favorite civs. Of course, they are very solid in team games, so I mostly joke in this case. And he also will get a dock up on this pawn, but it's going to be contested here. The question is whether or not Chaos to win even bothers to produce any fish. We'll have to see. Now the pockets behind them, Tatoh once again in the pink, playing as the Aztecs. He's already got a dock up, and we saw what he could do with a proper fish boom in the last game. He'll likely be looking to do the same this time around. Opposite him is going to be Sleepy Swede once again, playing as the Franks here in the Cyan. He also has a fish boom. Didn't have the benefit of a fish boom last time around, right? So maybe he can keep up with Tatoh in the boom this time. That could be ultra effective. We got little mini walls coming up in the middle here soon for both teams. So the only villager that was snuck through for Team Tatoh is this one here from Chaos to Win, and his opponent is aware of it and trying to wall him in / harass him. Now on the other side, we have a sneak villager here for Ganji. So it's a 1 vill apiece, but Ganji's vill is technically walled in from going any further, right? Moore's going to come out and look to wall now. Of course, not going to be able to complete this section, but he'll just wall around that. Does still need to get walls up on this side, and he's going to start that process with a barracks here. Don't know, though, again, if he's aware of this villager. Would love to see this villager tuck in back here. Create some real havoc later on in the game. Ooh, Tatoh even rolling forward a little bit. Walls that tiger in, and this isn't walled yet. That's where these villagers were heading earlier. Oh, Tatoh, don't. Oh, actually, he would maybe die to this tiger. I was going to say, get the walls up, but move inside. Okay, he just gets really nice forward walling positions, and he does secure these resources for his team quite possibly later in the game. Walls continue on this side. House, we're slowly bringing in all of these boars over here. Again, Chaos to Win sitting pretty when it comes to the food. As a result, did get 1 fishing ship out. Does keep this villager safe for the time being. So now it's about feudal age timings. Over here, first feudal age comes in, and it's for more. It's going to be an archery range. Still isn't aware of this villager. And this villager goes to dock his pond, of all things. But he's going to look to push through the walls here. And he could threaten these fishing ships here from FedEx. So this is really, really scary all of a sudden for FedEx, who just now clicked to the feudal age. Ganji as well, 40 seconds away from the feudal age. And we've broken through. 2 villagers, a spearman, and an eagle scout. Another spearman, and those archers soon to be on the way. We're still walling on this side. Villagers trying to break out over here. Villagers are through, and the walls didn't come up. Now FedEx has to go for some really pathetic walls here along the pond, and he's given up part of the shoreline. Looks like Moore might be waiting for the wood to build a dock himself. Although I think I'd rather just see him produce archers, bring the archers over to threaten the fishing ships, and use those vills to, like, drop a tower or something instead, right? Will Dash cast more of these? He will. When he has time in the future. Stonewall's on this side for more and for Ganji. So any aggression is going to happen through this point, this choke point on the map. We did get that dock up, though. So more waited to get the wood. Got the dock up. Can't produce out of it just yet. Would like to see something produced soon here. I mean, at the very least, he forces his opponent to invest in water. We got fire galleys on the way here for FedEx, as you can see. Out of both of the docks over on this side. It's a market and stonewalls. Ooh, I love this play from more. They're completely stonewalling Ganji in. So Ganji is now isolated from his team. He can neither help his team nor be helped if he gets pushed. Good villager picks, though, here. Does he get both or just one? Very, very close. Got one Vil pick. Gets the second. Huge play out of FedEx. Huge play. There were 3 Vils in total, though, that came through. This is the last one. Got it. Okay. Archers got walled out, so it's going to take them a moment to get in. And it's 2 docks to 1, so FedEx not going to take too much damage here, but it is going to slow down his fish boom. Nilly is fish booming away. Tatoh will soon be fish booming away. Looking for those Castle Age timings. And right now it's Sleepy Swede who's running away with the Castle Age timings as the Franks. 30 seconds away at the moment, and he'll be into a full boom himself. Over here, it's a full battle on water, and right now it's a battle that the Italians player is winning in Chaos to win. And in fact, it doesn't look like Rapard is going to contest it at all. He's letting his fish go. He's on his way to the Castle Age, but so is Chaos to win. Stonewalling behind over here. So it could just be a boom war on this side. Still haven't even grabbed these llamas because who needs them? Oh, we found the villager. This is huge. We found the sneak villager who was trying to do the same thing that Moore was doing to him to get the walls up. Ooh, does the quick wall come through? No, it does not. It was a good attempt. But the snipe is complete, and all these stone walls are for nothing because there's still a way for Nilly to get to his ally. So this forward, though, this forward dock is going to get cleared up. Yeah, it's a demo ship and 2 fire galleys. But with more fire galleys still being produced, I think ultimately it's a battle that FedEx is going to win. Here for Ganji, now he's got to consider how he gets out of the situation that he's found himself in. There goes the blacksmith, and soon he'll be on the way to the Castle Age. Just needs a little bit more food. It's immediately 4 TCs over here for Sleepy Swede. It's 2 TC, or up to 3 TCs rather, here for Tatoh. Nilly not up to the feudal age, or to the Castle Age yet. So maybe a little misplay with the build here, especially when you've got 26 on wood. Like, yeah, you're full fish booming, but I think you'd also like to have been on the way to the Castle Age at this point. Either way, he's not hurting too much. Again, he is Burgundian, so he's got the second wood upgrade already. 3 TCs immediately for Chaos to win. 3 TCs immediately here for Rapard. So they'll be pretty closely linked together. So we're matched across the board, actually, in TC numbers. Right as I say that, Rapard makes me a liar. He's going to add an extra TC for his team. So we've got a total of 8 TCs on the left-hand side for Ganji's team, and 7, or 6 rather, on the left-hand side for Tato's team. So playing from a deficit in that regard. Now FedEx is moving to more TCs. So it's all about the boom game here for Ganji and squad. It's all about the boom game. You think Nilly overcommitted on fish? It's hard to say. Yo, Dr. Cosmonaut with the raid. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you had a good stream. For those of you who are just joining us, we're in Game 5, a deciding game here between Tatoh and Ganji's teams in Rage Forest 4. Plus 48, love it. Love to see it. Thank you so much. This is a tournament hosted by William. If you want information, exclamation point RF4 in the chat. You can also help donate to the prize pool of this tournament, which is dope. But it's an awesome 4v4 Rage Force tournament that's happening currently. Yeah, Nilly on the way to the Castle Age now. Moore also not on the way to the Castle Age, actually, because he's been trying to put on so much pressure that he's really nerfed his own economy. And this is scary for Tato's team because I'm not sure they've done enough damage to call that effective. More stone walls behind even here for more. He's a little nervous at this point. Siege Workshop Monks. Armored Elephant. It'll be the first thing produced and start working away on these walls. So Ganji's going to put the pedal to the metal here. He's going to stay 1 TC. He said, hey, you walled me in. I got something to say about that. We still have this archery range, though, here. So FedEx needs to be aware of that. He needs to be careful. Luckily, 3 TCs up plus turtle ship means most of his economy is very safe. 4th TC now here for Chaos to win. Chaos to win. Unfortunately, going to lose the pawn, it looks like, to Monks. He's got no way to deal with the Monks themselves. So the conversions come through. And now, what a play from Ripard, actually. Could even just snipe the fish as soon as that battle's won. Who wins it? Okay, technically, Chaos to win wins it because he used the fishing ships to tank it. So that was well played by him. But these Monks could always turn around and grab that with another conversion. Castle up on the forward position here to protect himself. There was a 4th TC dropped by his flank opponent. Walled up in the middle here, so nobody's getting through for the time being. Archers and a tower at home here. Oh no, more. He is only 50 seconds away from the Castle Age, and Nilly is on the way to the Imperial Age. So it was a 1 TC imp play from Nilly, and now he'll add TCs behind it. I don't know how I feel about that, given that Burgundians already get most of everything they need in the Castle Age, right? That's the whole point of playing the Burgundians, is you get upgrades early. See, look at this. Getting the imp upgrades while you're in Castle. You didn't need to go to imp to get those. You know what I mean? So I'm a little confused by that play overall. But, like, why not stay castle, keep those resources, and build military to help Moore? Moore is going to get wrecked here. He loses 2 villagers. Yeah, he kills the elephant, but he's about to lose this tower as well. His TC is going to be under pressure. All of these villagers are going to be under threat. He's getting Bodkin now, but he can't afford crossbow. Oh, this is just disastrous right now here for Tato's team. We're not even really looking on the other side because it's full fortified stone walls and a castle over here. So all of our attention is on this side of the map. Now, Moore has put up some big defenses before using walls and the like. But this feels like an even more precarious position than he's found himself in the past. Cheap paladin upgrade? Sure. But, like, you got to get Cav first, right? And you could have gotten Cav while you were in the Castle Age. And, in fact, he's not even building stables on this side of the map. He's got one. Okay, he's building a couple. 1, 2. He's building a couple in the middle of the map, which I don't really like because he can't cut yet, that is. 2 minutes away from the Imperial Age here. Okay, Cav is in. We've got iron casting on the way. Are we producing? We're producing light Cav because we don't have gold. So we researched Cav and now we're producing light Cav. Obviously, part of that's for the monks. Yes, I understand. Paladin's on the way now too. I just think Moore's taking too much damage here. And look at the eco lead now. The Ganji's team is built. It's a 70 eco lead. Could have done. Imagine if all of these techs came in while he was in castle. You could have taken this fight already. This is my point. I don't like that imp click from Nilly. You could be on the way to imp now, but you don't have anything. The only thing that you have coming in that you didn't have prior is Paladin. And even then, it's still 1 minute and 30 seconds away, and your ally's dead. He's lost his TC. He's got 36 vills and 6 archers. He's got to run with everything. Luckily, they have this walled up. So maybe he can get a boom kind of going here or something. But Nilly's going to be straight up 1v2ing on this side when FedEx chooses to get involved. And FedEx is going to go ahead and bring out the battering ram to get rid of the forward that existed. He'll soon be producing military units. I'm certain of it. On this side, we're still working to get control of this pond back. All right, light cav coming in. So this is going to be a big decisive fight. Good shot by the Mangonel there. And how many conversions come through? That's the question. A couple have already hopped over to the other side. I see 3 at the very least. Possibly 4. Now all of the monks go down. So that's a really big clear up there from Nilly. A really big clear up. And he still has 3 light cav to work with. Only a couple spearmen still there. Mangonel's trying to find some shots onto those spearmen. And a few of them will survive. But the production is there now for Nilly. So through all of that, the order may not have mattered too much, and ultimately, he is going to get the cleanup. He's going to get the cleanup. So now let's take a look at the rest of the map. More walls coming up here for Rapard. He's even walling the wood line, which I love, because you see Tatoh trying to go for the cut, trying to give those Paladin a way in. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to find it. So that would have packed a pretty big punch there for Tato's team and help them get back into the game, because once again, they're 100 eco units behind. 100 eco units. As soon as the military starts producing here, and it is under production, Cavalier now for the Frank player with Paladin on the way, the rest of the upgrades coming in. I think Sleepy Swede might be able to carry this one because he was given an unfettered boom. FedEx as well didn't have to do too much to save his pawn. Has a beautiful fish boom rolling. He's on the way to the Imperial Age. We've also got Chivalry coming in. That means the production is going to be just disgusting here for the Franks player. So then what can Chaos to Win get done, right? He's someone that we haven't talked about in some time. He's going to go ahead and get a castle up now. Is on the way to the Imperial Age. It is Siege Onager as well for Tatoh. So could be all about the pockets here for Tato's team. Paladins plus Siege Onagers and Pikes. Is that enough to get the dub? They're running into more fortified walls and a second layer of walls here from FedEx. I think that's a brilliant move. All they have to do is buy time right now. Buy themselves time and they win. It's 4 TC booming over here for Ganji behind all that pressure that he put out. 37 villagers to 96 is the eco difference there. We were able to get a cut and even have an opening on this side here because we're trying to reroute the Paladins. Yeah, Sleepy Swede, he needs to find out. He needs to figure out, rather, where's the best place for him to take a fight. More fortified walls coming up behind. Onager continues to cut. Soon to be a Siege Onager. All of the upgrades coming in here for archers for the Italians player. Pavise and everything. So it's going to be Genoese play. No surprise there for him. The cut is almost complete. More stone walls behind. Do they come up in time? It looks like they might. We've also got guard towers. That'll be a keep in just a moment because we're about to hit the Imperial Age. And we have to be careful, though, with these Paladins. You don't want to fight pikes in a choke point. More guard towers on this side. That's going to make sure that the cuts can't happen anymore. Siege Workshop, or the Siege Onagers, rather, can't come through. But we opened the gate! Oh, no! We opened the gate! Wait, hold it open. Actually, it doesn't matter. We can run around this side now, too. Uh-oh. The pockets are in. The Paladins are in. What can Nilly get done? Luckily for a part, he's already got these walls up over here. So his eco isn't going to be harassed too much. Over on this side, Ganji's starting to push again. Now it's going to be forcing a castle up here from Nilly. Couple light cav coming through, but they're getting chased by light cav of their own. They're not going to find much damage. And the Paladin numbers are just massive here from Sleepy Swede. He's got 40 on the field, 8 in the queue. They're fully upgraded. Fully upgraded Frank Paladins are much better. Are much better right now, currently, because we still don't have Blast Furnace on the side of Nilly. Nilly needs Blast Furnace. It's 50 seconds away from completing. But at the moment, it's going to be the Frank Paladins that win. They've got they got more health overall, too. Because of no bloodlines. So these Paladins are ultimately better here for the Franks player. Plus, you've got Halberdiers as well. Oh, God, that's an ugly fight there for Nilly. But we've continued to batter open a hole on this side. Siege Onagers are trying to roll forward. Over here, we're still in the Castle Age. A minute and 30 seconds away from Imp. So not much pushing can happen from this point forward because of that castle. Over on this side, though, the Trebs are starting to work away. Rapard, what's your response? Archery ranges into Elephant Archers would be my assumption. He's got a good food eco, so he can produce those for some time. Losing control of that pawn, though, that could be disastrous in the long run. Back over to the center of the map. Sleepy Swede, though. He's got 50 Paladins on the field to the 25 of Nilly. Nilly's only got one in the queue as well. 109 eco units to 144. This is the problem. This is ultimately the problem. It's still a 100 eco lead and nearly a 100 military lead here for Ganji's team in the game overall. Establishing forward castle positions over on the left-hand side. These Paladins are controlling the center. Tato's team can't find a way in anymore. So now it's starting to feel like they got to rely on the left-handed side, the left-handed flank here, right? You've got 4 castles producing Genoese crossbow, now coming forward for a 5th castle with bombard cannons, with trebs, possibly Chaos to win, could eliminate Rapard before he gets to the point of contending. As you can see here, it's Elite Elephant Archer on both flanks. Bengalis want it, Dravidians want it, and if you can get to mass numbers of Elite Elephant Archers, that could be the winning play right there for Ganji's team. They're holding on well, and they have the eco advantage. We've got Siege Elephants now rolling forward here. This is looking terrifying, and I don't think Moore has any options. 13 trade cards, 64 villagers, and no military units. He doesn't even have a single military production building, and he's got no space. Where do you even put those buildings? You're going to be building them back here. I think Ganji's team is going to wrap this one up, everybody. I think they're going to wrap this one up. And the Paladins from Sleepy Swede, man, they're finding all the right fights. They're in the right places at the right times. The Elephant Archer mass has begun for both players. The Siege Elephants continue to roll forward here. Okay, it is Elite Eagle Warrior, which doesn't feel great. They're going to be all right against the range units. And maybe you just rely on them to become a raiding unit, but it's pikes into halberdiers over here. Sure, I'm Aztecs. I can get pretty massive attack. It's 12 attack total. It's actually more than a halberdier, which is pretty funny. Oh, nasty shots there. The gate gets closed, and unfortunately for Nilly, all of the light or the Hussar go down. Now we're coming forward with keeps from our Koreans player. They're saying, we saw what Chaos to Win did to us last game with the Japanese. We're going to take a hint. We're going to do the same thing with the Koreans this time around. Nilly tried to come forward for stables. Unfortunately, he gets stopped. And that pressure that we were talking about that maybe Chaos to Win could create got stopped before it started. He wanted that forward castle position, couldn't find it. And now he's playing into Elite Elephant Archer and Skirms as the Italians. That's no good for him. That's no good for him. And the position continues to get better here for Ganji's team on the right-hand side. Now cutting through the center. Moore still not able to produce any units. He is on the way to the Imperial Age at the very least. We do have Siege Ram coming in for the Aztecs player in Tatoh. So again, maybe hoping that he can get something done with one centralized push. He's got plenty of barracks to queue things up in. But the Paladins, they just rotate around the map to wherever they need to be. We're about to break through here. Great walls from Moore. Great walls from Moore. Can he get him up? And he does at the final moment there, but we're continuing to chop through. One more tree needs to go down, and then these Paladins are in. That's an open hole. Right now it's being plugged by Hussar. Body blocking as best they can. And they're doing a decent job at that, but it's overwhelming military numbers on this side. Overwhelming military numbers on this side, as you can see. Just from the health that we have here, there's no military in defense for Tato's team. It's just castles. It's castles and pikes. Castles and pikes. You see more barracks coming up now for Moore. He's trying to become relevant in this game, having to build with very little space remaining. We chopped through, and we're trying to get the markets up on this side as well for Tato's team to trade. Over on this side, though, Elite Elephant Archers are winning the battle. So we're losing both flank pushes at the moment. The Paladins are in. The Paladins are in here for Sleepy Swede. He's looking to lay down the killing blow. He's going to wipe up all the eco that Moore just spent the last 5 minutes producing. So even though these barracks are coming up, there's going to be very little in production. Even a couple of errant militia in the queue, as you can see there. A little bit of a misclick. But it's pikes, and that's not going to be enough in the end. I think Tato's team, unfortunately, is going to go down to the strength of Ganji's. Sleepy Swede, man. What an amazing boom he's had time and time again. Game over game. He's just performed phenomenally. They dealt with the pressure super well. FedEx controlling his pond here and not letting that slip. The pressure that they were able to put on Moore early. Ganji with the monks and the siege. Now he's got Elite Elephant Archers. He's got 33 of them on the field. fully upgraded at that. Actually missing one armor upgrade and about to get chemistry. But those can't be contested. We're actually looping all of the Genoese crossbowmen around to try and deal with the Paladin, and they are the counter. So they'll wipe those up pretty quickly. But for everything you send to the right-hand side, that's one less unit that you've got defending on this side. And you can see now Rapard has full permission to push forward. There's just no answer. There's no answer. More barracks trying to come up here for more. He's putting castles up as well as the Incas. But the eco's just not there. He's got 41. 41 now, less than 40 villagers. 570 to 470. It's a 100 eco lead. It's a 50 military lead on top of all of that. They've got the tech advantages at this point because Moore hasn't been able to get everything. Right? He's still got first armor upgrade only on his infantry. So yeah, he's producing halbs, but these are weak-ass halbs. Weak-ass halbs. And the keep production continues. What did we have? We had 35, I think. 35 keeps in the last game. I don't think we're going to beat that number, unfortunately. I think this game's going to end before FedEx can create that many keeps of his own. But the elephants, they keep rolling forward. On this side, the elephants keep rolling forward. You can't beat the elephant armies at this point in the game. It's 5 bombard cannons, now 6 over here for Rapard. He's winning the 1v1. On this side, it's a full team effort, but they continue to roll forward. Siege onagers finding good shots against the Genoese. The Genoese were really the only thing that were keeping this army back. The pikemen die with no issue. And dude, look how many castles are up to try and defend the trade. I like the look, but it's not going to be enough. Now we're losing our central position to paladins and paladins alone. We're cutting more holes here with the siege onagers. Paladins are going to be able to run straight up the center of the map. Another cut over here. Look at FedEx and all the work he's doing, man. That's absolutely nuts. He's cutting here. He's cutting over here to create more space. He's building the keeps. He's cutting up here in the middle as well. We've got Rapard who just keeps his centralized push. It's going to be elite skirms. That's all he needs at this point is elite skirms and bombard cannons. And really, he just needs to hold because his team is making further progress here on the right-hand side of the map. Actually, more keeps being created at this rate, actually. And since it is game 5, who knows? Maybe that 33, 35 number of keeps is a possibility again. Oh, don't hit your own paladins. A little friendly fire there. It is definitely GG. It is definitely a GG moment. Tato's team, though, doesn't want to give it up just yet. They're looking to find what their solution might be. If they can find an angle, find some good siege onager hits. Tato's doing work on this side. Pushing back just a little, but there you go. All the siege onagers go down when he's not looking. And that means, once again, that they're going to stall out. The paladins are through. This is 32 paladins now wreaking havoc on the eco. The Genoese trying to respond, and they find a lot of kills very early on. Paladins running into halbs. But here you go. Elite elephant archers. 4,000 health between just those 24 elite elephant archers. They are so hard to kill. And oh no, huge siege onager shots onto the Genoese crossbows. And those numbers start to dwindle. 1 castle down already. It's only 3 castles remaining now here for the Italians player. And the bombard cannons will turn their sights onto the next one. A 4th one now being created. We've got a TC up in the back here by Nilly on the gold and the stone. They do not want to give this one up. Plenty of castles still in defense as well. So the trade is still safe for the time being. It's still 100, though, in the eco count. It's still 100 extra as well in the military. So things continue to look good here for Ganji's team. Let's double check on the keep numbers again. We're up to 21. We're up to 21. Where are those villagers? Did all the villagers die? No, they're here. Okay, let's build more keeps. Let's get more keeps building, you know? Yeah, Ganji's team has definitely run away with this one. And you can just see how ineffective Moore has been. And, you know, it's not really his fault at this point. His eco numbers are too low. 60 total eco, 25 of those being trade carts. He's got lots of units on the map. And he's at least trying to produce condotieros as the Incas. So that's something. And they'll be pretty solid against the elite skirmishers here. Here come the condos. It's only 9 of them. Maybe up to 11. Okay. Can they close the gap? How much can they do? They do have full armor upgrades finally, and they'll do decent work against these skirmishers. can maybe threaten the Bombard Cannons once they eat through the rest of them. Here comes some Halberdiers as well to deal with the Paladins that are coming through. On this side, though, continues to get worse. And the GG is called. Just like that, Ganji's team takes the win. 3-2 over Tatoh's team. What a hard-fought series overall. But Ganji's team played incredibly here in the late game. Let's take a look at some of the stats here. Yeah, Sleepy Swede popped off in a big way. Look at those units. The KD for him, absolutely massive. Of course, he's playing with Paladins. So that helps. Look at this. Even having the least deaths, actually. That's a little surprising for me for Ganji because he was being so aggressive early, but impressive. The elite elephant archers, they don't die easily. In terms of economy, total collected, Sleepy Swede comes out on top. Yeah, see, Nilly unfortunately just wasn't quite there with the rest of the pockets. Still a little bit behind, and you can see more. Only a total of 32K collected over the course of the game. Right there, that's the big difference. And again, not so much his fault. He, took a lot of pressure early. We talked about how bad his map position was. Even received a ton in order to try and overcome some of that. But there you have it. GG's to Ganji's team. Well played, well played.